Hi boys and girls, today is day 3 of Number Corner. Today is September 10th, 2020. It is Thursday. We're going to do 3 components for Number Corner today. We are going to work on this calendar piece, then we're going to go into 60 minutes a day, and finally we're going to end in with this odd and even. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If I was to write this shorthanded, as we figured out before, the month is 9, 10 now, and 20. This is how you'd write it shorthanded. So let's go ahead and click on for today. I've already flipped it around. This is the 10th today. This is again called a number rack, and eventually you're going to have one of these for our regular math portion of the day. You'll have one that you can actually manipulate and move around. But if you're looking at this, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll in for the 10th today. If you're looking at this, I want you to count how many beads do you see on here. You should see 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. But if you notice here, there are 5 reds, then 5 whites, then 5 more reds, and 5 whites. A lot of you I know used Number Corner if you had a teacher that was using Bridges last year, but some I know have never seen one of these before. So if I wanted to do an equation for for the 10th day, I could write it as how many I see on the top row that are to the left side. So I see 4 plus, how many do I see on the bottom row? I see another 4 equals, so I have 4 plus 4 equals, what does it equal? I hope you came up with this answer. Okay, I could write it also as a subtraction problem. As I said before, there are 20 on the entire board. So I could go 20 minus 8, like this, equals, and I could count back if I wanted to, or I could simply count all of the ones that I have left here. So I know there's 5 white, so there's 5 plus another 5, that's 10, plus 2 red, so 5, 10, 11, 12. So I know 20 minus 8 is 12. Okay, so that is it for this portion. I'm going to go ahead and update this after we're done with our video, but it will show that the next time we get on to Number Corner tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to go and focus some time on the 60 minutes a day. I know that we discussed the last time that each hour has 60 minutes in one day, and we left off on this grid over here with 2 a.m. So I already pulled up 2 a.m. right here from yesterday on our clock. So I want to know if I add another 60 minutes to 2 a.m., what time is it going to be? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at mine. So let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and that's 1 hour or 60 minutes. So now we are at 3 o'clock and we had 1 more hour or 60 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 a.m. here. Remember, we're sleeping at this time. And if I added 120 minutes plus 60 more, I could go back to my clock and count that. So I could go 120, 125, 120, 130, or I could just count up by 10s because I know I have to count up 60 more. So 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180. So we're now at 180 minutes or 3 days. Okay. Now you'll be getting 3 different books from me on Friday for our Bridges. This is the one that usually we would use today, but I will catch you up on another day once you get these books tomorrow. So what they want you to know for today's lesson is they want you to see that we are going to be highlighting these in our books. So far I've highlighted our 3 days that we've had, and we're going to fill out these 3 as well. I just wanted you to see it because we were supposed to do that today, but since you don't have the books, obviously we can't do that part together. Okay, so now we have our third part, and that's the odd and the even chart today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I put the date back up here so we could remember September 10th. Now this looks a little different from the last time that we did this. Last time I had them all squished together, remember? So when you're looking at this, how many red do I have? I should have 4. So let's go ahead and push these back together. And I want you to count those blue ones as I'm doing so. Okay, so you should have gotten that I had 4 red and I have 5 blue. Now remember, this is September 10th, so I have not added yet our new marker for today. And remember, we want them to be the same if we're able to. So I wouldn't want to grab another blue because then I'd have a kind of a weird shape. I want it to be a rectangle if we can get it to be a rectangle. So I put that last red one in there. Now we should have 5 red and 5 blue. And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, so now if I'm thinking about this and I wanted to know, did we each have the same number at the top that we do at the bottom? Well, I hope you came up with yes. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our chart of odds and evens. And I'm going to go for 10. I'm going to go 5 plus 5 equals 10. And again, I could take that 10 minus 5 equals 5, okay? And so we know that this has to be even. And this should be 8 up here. I'm noticing a mistake from before. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and go back just so that I want you to work out some of these equations. And I'm gonna put 7 of them up there. And your job today is to make 7 of them, either on a piece of paper or on your whiteboard. And again, you're gonna attach it just kind of like you did yesterday, because I wanna see more of your work, because it's kind of hard since we're virtual. I wanna be able to see what you're doing at home, and I want to see you doing some of these problems, because in class, I'd be seeing them every single time. So we're gonna work with 7, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete a few of these, just move them away. And 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here we have 7. Now I want you to come up with an equation. What 2 numbers could I add up to equal 7? And I want you to write that on your board. So it should look like something like this. Something plus something equals 7. Okay? And then I want you to come up with a subtraction problem as well. A something minus something, and what does that equal? So that's your job today for Number Corners, to come up with both of those equations and to post them on that Google slide that I'm going to attach. Okay, so that is all we have. I'm going to go ahead and update that odd and even chart too for the 7th, and every now and then we'll catch up with an extra one when we have some time. So that's it. I hope you have a great Thursday. Bye, boys and girls.